Hello guys, again. So I realized something that I think is big, okay? I have been thinking it for a long time that the clown somehow represents, I don't feel really comfortable saying it, but maybe somehow the clown represents God, okay? And well, and in this video I will argue why. And I know that this will rub some people the wrong way. I mean, maybe even the most people, but I'm not here to rub you the right way here, okay? And I'm here to talk about what I believe and what I see and how all these things come together. And so to be first like a kind of summary here, there is this obvious dualism here, which is, a part of me don't like dualism, and I guess that it's possible to maintain that belief, even though that I point out at the same time that there is a dualism here. In this concept, there is a dualism. What is God? You say it's all-knowing, it's the infinite wisdom, and it's the creator, okay? So, what does it mean to be infinitely wise, okay? What does it mean? And I noticed in all of this, in this, I did a video about the clown. I intentionally named the video so that it wouldn't be that interesting, but it's the one with the taxi Ouroboros. It's called Taxi Ouroboros, I believe. And in that video I realized that Joker is playing the taxi driver, the old movie. He's playing that role. And so when the Joker shoot De Niro, it is somehow an Ouroboros because the Joker is playing the role that De Niro played in Taxi Driver. So it becomes an Ouroboros, you see? And so it's not my first time I see, because what is the Ouroboros supposed to do? It's supposed to circle the sun, The sun symbol is a circle with a dot in the middle, And so what is that circle? That's the Ouroboros, I would say. You can also see the Ouroboros in the Egyptian symbol for Ra, Ra, the sun god. You can see the Ouroboros there. And there is this story about it, right? How the Ouroboros came to be. But in Egyptian mythology, this is not about that, this video. This video is about something more important right now. Because we are in the time of lunatics, and we just had so-called disease. I don't think it's disease. I say, welcome the corona into my heart. I say, welcome the corona into my heart, because I have, I'm loyal to God, okay, which is the sun, in my opinion. Oh, I say, um, and some people would say, no, it's the what is it called? I even forgot what it's called, but they call it the. Oh, I forgot, but okay. And it's some people say it's something bad, something bad with this sun thing. The creator, you say, no, the creator is something bad to be a creator, I don't know, right? If you are a child and you suck the titty, you suck the milk from the titty, from the breast, I guess it's called. Do you think that breast is a bad thing? I don't think so. So that's basically what the sun is, and we are all parasites on the sun. To be honest, the sun is like the mother giving us all the life, and we are just totally helpless without it. We would instantly die. And if you look around in nature, that's a normal thing. It's a normal thing. If you are a leaf on a plant, well, then what you are, that leaf is, sure, the leaf gives substance to the plant, okay, sure, but also the plant gives substance to the leaf. So that's a bad example, actually. But in what way is this similar? I think it's similar to almost like a pregnancy. We are inside this thing here, and we are seeds. There are many seeds in a plant. Many seeds. Shouldn't it be? I think so. So there is an obvious dualism. Let's get back to the point of the video. What time is it? Oh my god, 8 minutes. Sorry guys. I'll have a skip intro. Too late to say. The lunatic monkey is a monkey, and the opposite is the hypersanity. I should have said this from the beginning. What's my problem? Because this is important, and some people will miss it. They will close it down. Hypersanity. It's so sane that it appears insane. What appears insane if not a clown? The clown, as some YouTubers say, is inside the fractal. Some people say it's in the fractal, the sun. I don't know. I don't know that yet, okay? I don't know. The fractal is the fractal to me. I can't be precise of what it is. If I would be precise what the fractal is the, I would say, like, all of us are a parasite, okay? All of us on God, okay? We like suck the life out of God to live ourselves, right? And the plants get sunlight, we eat the plants, we eat the animals, and so we are directly dependent, extremely dependent. And it's also the center of the solar system, supposedly, right? Supposedly, except for those that believe in the flat earth thing, But okay. Hypersanity. Let's just go to fucking shit video that I'm doing, and it's important, and my lack of charisma is destroying the content. Okay, let's see. Hypersanity, opposite of a lunatic, which is the Luna. Luna is the moon. Lunatic, hypersanity is the sun. It's so wise that the wisdom is so big, so that when the wisdom comes into your church, the wisdom, and it goes into the inner eye, and it will destroy the wisdom. That's what I believe, and it becomes this monkey pox, on some people, and let's do that, right? Let's welcome that, because that's the natural continuation of the corona that we were taught to hate. Did you fall for it? Did you start to hate the corona now? That's not good if you did. Well, let's look into hypersanity, and there are many threads on the internet about this. There are many. If you search for hypersanity on Google, you'll find many explanations, and all of them will tie into the Joker. The clown is hyper sane. It's so sane that it appears insane. Okay? Can you grasp that? Can you grasp what I mean when I say that something is so sane that it appears insane? Do you understand what I mean? And I will try to discuss. I will pause this video sometimes and talk, okay? It's important video. I'll leave a link to it.
So I was reading through the comments on the Philosophy of the Killing Joke video from a few weeks back, and I noticed something that drew my attention. A couple of commenters brought up the idea of hypersanity, arguing that the Joker isn't insane at all, and in fact he is hypersane. So I thought that today we should delve into the madness and take a closer look at the Joker again, and try to establish what hypersanity is, and whether we can classify the Clown Prince of Crime within this category. I think the first thing that we have to do is to define what sanity truly is. The Oxford English Dictionary describes sanity as the ability to think and behave in a normal and rational manner, with the word originating in the Middle Ages in England and France deriving from the Latin word sanitas, meaning healthy. Sanity refers to the soundness and healthiness of the human mind as opposed to insanity. In modern society, these ideas have become exclusively synonymous with compos mentis, the Latin term for having the mastery of one's mind, in contrast to non-compos mentis, meaning a troubled conscience or insane. Hypersanity or supersanity was first used in Grant Morrison's Arkham Asylum, A Serious House on Serious Earth, where in the book, the Joker's therapist, Dr. Ruth Adams, states the following: "It's quite possible that we may actually be looking at some sort of supersanity here, a brilliant new modification on human perception, more suited to urban life at the end of the 20th century. He creates himself each day. He sees himself as the lord of misrule and the world as the theatre of the absurd." R.D. Laing, a Scottish psychologist who wrote...
Let me think for a moment. So, I believe that this is... Maybe I have talked about it a bit, okay? That I think that all of this relates to the Superman, also the Nietzschean Superman. And so... Sorry, I lost my trail of thoughts. Let's just continue, okay?
Extensively on mental illness and psychosis, discusses the idea of hypersanity in his work The Politics of Experience. He introduces the unique conceptualization that mental disturbance isn't so much a breakdown, but instead a breakthrough, a stage in a healing process containing the possibility of entry into a realm of hypersanity. In short, hypersanity is essentially when you've reached a point that you are so sane that you appear insane to the rest of the world. Your actions and choices may appear bizarre in the minds of those around you because those around you cannot comprehend the world the way you can. A clever example that I found to explain this revolves around a clock. Imagine sanity as a regular ticking clock, aware of one's actions and purpose. Insanity is a broken clock, unable to conform to the social expectations, i.e. to tick, and unable to control its actions. Hypersanity, therefore, is the person watching the clock, aware of the clock's action and purpose, but on a more comprehensible scale. Aware of the clock's actions. Hypersanity, therefore, is the person watching the clock, aware of the clock's action and purpose.
So yeah, that's a great point, and this relates to something, retrocausality. When you interact with destiny and I guess manifestation, hypersanity is to observe the clock and maybe overcome it, you see. And I think it means to I don't know how to explain, okay? I think it's like quite obvious that this connects to retrocausality and these things, and when you open your mind to the spirit, from, is it the Holy Spirit? I think it is, okay. The Holy Spirit is that light, and and there's some things I don't want to tell you still because I am like that, I keep some things to myself, and I will talk about that, but there is, so I'm not going to say it, okay, but the light comes into your church, into your head, and you, maybe you get the joker, and you become this hypersanity, which looks insane. You look insane, I look insane, but I don't feel insane, okay. And so you understand time, and you understand how things relate, you see the synchronicity, and yeah, let's continue.
But on a more comprehensible scale. And going back to Morrison's Arkham Asylum, the Joker's psychiatrist states that the Joker seems to have no control over the sensory information he's receiving from the outside world. He can only cope with that chaotic barrage of input by going with the flow. That's why some days he's a mischievous clown, others he's a psychotic killer. He has no real personality, he creates himself each day. Morrison's interpretation of the Joker is fascinating to me because he's so much of...
At the same time, what is a real personality? If you follow the clock, you are, I mean, he said here that without any real personality, you say, but looking at that earlier clock image, where the Joker can understand time, he can what I'm trying to tell you is that if I don't think that's a correct statement, okay? I don't think the statement is correct that you just said, because you are I'm not going to argue. I'm just saying I don't agree, okay?
of a mystery box. In the post-issue of Morrison's run on Batman after being shot in the head in the first issue, the Joker restructures his own personality to suit this new experience. We see him cycle through all of the previous Joker personalities, from the wacky prankster of the Silver Age to the Dark Age serial killer Joker, and constructs a new Joker out of the ruins of his own mind. And maybe this also has something to do with the 3 Joker theories opened up by DC Rebirth. But the idea being basically that the Joker's mind constantly breaks itself down and rebuilds new personalities to suit the world around him. These new personalities are insane and monstrous by any normal standard. But this is not a mental disorder in any conventional sense. It's qualitatively a different type of consciousness. And Morrison isn't alone in depicting the Joker as being super sane. These same ideas are presented in a variety of mediums, from Alan Moore's The Killing Joke to on-screen adaptations such as The Dark Knight. As Joker states in The Killing Joke, insanity is the emergency exit, and his entire scheme to turn Commissioner Gordon mad is just to prove his absurdist worldview holds true to this idea, with Joker's absurdism going hand in hand with his super sanity. And as he also says in the 2008 film The Dark Knight,
"See, I'm not a monster. I'm just ahead of the curve." See, I'm not a monster. I'm just ahead of the curve.
Yeah, that's true. Like, so lately I have begun to like sympathize with the movie antagonists. Actually, like the supposed bad guys. I often feel like sympathetic to them, you know, but because of that he says like I'm not a monster, I'm just ahead of the curve, you know. So hypersanity appears insane because those people that observes the hypersane person is following that clock, you see. It's following that clock around like this. And so all those that perceive someone that looks insane could actually be hyper sane. And that is the idea of this, okay? The idea is that, yeah, try searching a bit for it yourself and you'll see that there are a lot of sources on this. So the moon is obviously connected to lunatic, okay, lunacy, and the sun is connected to wisdom or hypersanity, so sane that you look insane. So first of all, imagine yourself that you have a curve of wisdom, and so the wisdom goes up and you have the philosophers and you have all of this, and then it goes up and then you just have a clown, you say. And yeah, because you cannot even perceive the wisdom, you cannot even perceive, you cannot relate to the personality, I believe. The person, you cannot even perceive the personality, you say. So what happens is maybe that the lunatic needs some wisdom, you know, which it receives. And from the start, we are all like moon keys. We are moon keys. We receive that wisdom, you know. And yeah. And we receive it through our pineal gland, you know, in my opinion, from my research, from many people's research. This is an earlier presentation that I had on another subject, okay? So, hypersanity, look into it. And yeah. It's a long presentation. How long is this? 25 minutes. Thank you for listening, everyone. Have a great evening. Bye bye.